In the quiet heart of an untamed forest, where every movement is observed and every sound carries meaning, a solitary Sultan chicken mother begins her journey. Her white plumage, almost glowing against the dark and earthy environment, makes her both beautiful and vulnerable. She is not here by chance. She is here to begin something fragile, something that will demand every instinct she has ever known. In a world ruled by survival, there is no room for error. Every step she takes is calculated. Every pause is intentional. What lies ahead is not simply the raising of offspring. It is a relentless test of patience, of endurance, and of courage. Over the next 190 days, this quiet forest will witness a story shaped not by strength alone, but by resilience. The search for a safe nesting site is one of the most critical stages in the Sultan chicken's life. The mother moves carefully through the forest floor, stepping over roots, navigating through fallen branches, constantly scanning her surroundings. Danger can come from anywhere, above, below, or hidden within the shadows. Eventually, she discovers a hollow tree, a natural shelter, enclosed and concealed, offering protection from the elements and from predators. But even here, nothing is guaranteed. She begins building her nest, patiently, deliberately. Each piece of leaf, each small branch is placed with precision. The structure must be soft enough to cradle fragile eggs, yet hidden enough to remain invisible to predators. This is not just construction. This is survival before life even begins. When the eggs are laid, everything changes. The pace of life slows down, but the tension rises. The Sultan chicken mother now enters a phase of complete dedication. She remains almost motionless, using her body heat to incubate the fragile white eggs beneath her. Days pass, nights fall. Rain, wind, and temperature shifts test her endurance. Yet she does not abandon her position. Every second matters. Every moment carries risk. Inside each egg, unseen and silent, life is forming. And then, the first crack appears. A small fracture, almost invisible, but it marks the beginning of something extraordinary. One by one, the chicks break through their shells. Weak, wet, and completely dependent, they enter a world they do not yet understand. Their movements are uncoordinated, their vision limited, their survival uncertain. The Sultan chicken mother becomes their entire world, offering warmth, protection, and guidance. Every sound they make, every movement they attempt, is closely monitored. This is the most vulnerable stage of life. A single mistake can mean the end.
The forest never stays quiet for long. Predators are always watching, always waiting. A yellow marten approaches first, silent, calculated, precise. It is drawn by opportunity. Then comes something far more dangerous, a black cobra, slow, controlled, deadly. Its presence alone shifts the balance of the environment. In this moment, the Sultan Chicken mother transforms, no longer passive, no longer hidden. She becomes a defender. She attacks with speed, with instinct, with everything she has. Because in the wild, survival is not given, it is fought for.
With the immediate dangers fading into the background, a new and equally critical phase begins, the slow and unforgiving process of learning how to survive. For the Sultan Chicken chicks, survival is no longer just about protection. It is about understanding the world around them, reading subtle signals, and reacting with precision. At first, their movements are uncertain. Their steps are uneven, their reactions delayed. They peck at the ground without knowing exactly what they are searching for. But guided by the constant presence of their mother, they begin to imitate. Every action she takes becomes a lesson. Every sound she makes becomes a signal. They learn where to find food, hidden beneath layers of soil, concealed among leaves, buried in places that only experience can reveal. Worms, insects, seeds. Each discovery is not just nourishment, but knowledge. They learn to listen. The forest is never silent. The rustling of grass, the snap of a twig, the sudden absence of sound, each carries meaning. What seems like nothing can be everything. They learn to move. Not just to walk, but to move with purpose, to stay close when danger is near, to spread out when it is safe, to freeze when necessary, to run when there is no other choice. Mistakes happen, a delayed reaction, a wrong step, a moment of distraction. In the wild, these mistakes are not easily forgiven, but each mistake becomes a lesson written into instinct. Day by day, change becomes visible. Their feathers dry, then grow thicker. Their bodies become stronger. Their movements become faster, more controlled, more efficient. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the fragile chicks that once depended entirely on protection begin to transform into individuals capable of making their own decisions. This is not growth measured in size. This is growth measured in survival. By the end of 190 days, the transformation is undeniable. What once began as fragile life hidden inside a hollow tree, silent, defenseless, and completely dependent, has evolved into something far more resilient. The Sultan Chicken chicks are no longer chicks. Their feathers are fully formed, their bodies stronger, their movements confident and deliberate. But the most important change is not visible. It lies within their instincts, the ability to sense danger, to react without hesitation, to survive without constant protection. The forest has not changed. It remains as unpredictable and unforgiving as ever. The predators are still there. The risks are still present. The balance between life and death is still fragile. But they have changed.
They now understand the rhythm of the environment, the patterns of movement, the timing of danger, the moments when it is safe, and the moments when it is not. They no longer rely on being protected. They rely on being prepared. Survival in the wild is never a final victory. It is not a destination. It is a continuous process. Every day is another test. Every moment carries risk. Every decision matters. And yet, despite all of this, they move forward. Because survival is not about avoiding danger. It is about facing it and continuing anyway. As the Sultan Chicken walks into the vast and uncertain landscape, disappearing slowly into the horizon, one truth remains. Life in the wild does not promise safety. It only rewards those who adapt. And this journey is only one of many yet to come.